honestly, if anyone who is interested in entrepreneurship, so The Richest Man in Babylon is good because, right, it teaches you how to like divide up your money, all that. But the mind, the untethered soul really deals with our internal voices and like, you know, why a lot of people don't even take like the first step to even read The Richest Man in Babylon, like why people just don't believe they can do it or why they think those voices are their own. And he provides you with like, it's such a good book. It's about meditation as well, but he provides you with a good kind of foundation to kind of separate those voices from your true ideas and your identity. It's absolutely, I started reading that book 6 years ago and I still read it sometimes, just like when I'm having those lows or like, you know, those voices get loud, especially when you're embarking on something great. They get loud.
Yeah, I love that. I can't wait to get that book. That's kind of where I'm at, where everything's going wrong. And that's when most people give up because everything's going wrong. And
it's like, I knew it. No, That's not right.
Yeah. What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is, believe it or not, by Henry Ford. And it's, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
That's so funny because when you were getting into mindset, that was the quote that came to my mind. You know, you're either going to talk yourself into it or you're going to talk yourself out of it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my favorite quote. Yeah, either way, you're right. So which one do you choose? You're right. Like, it's your choice.
Love that you said that. What was the hardest lesson that you're the most grateful for?
The hardest lesson. Okay. When I first began my journey in entrepreneurship, I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew, I knew this wasn't it. So I was actually a house soup. So I was nursing administrator. And I was like, I got to that point. I was just like, this is not it. I don't know what is it, but this is not it. Right. And so I started on this quest where I was just like, I stopped listening to the radio. I stopped looking at TV. I was only in mindset. Les Brown, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, E.T. the hip hop preacher. Like that's all I would consume. And so over time, I started to pull out themes that they would say, like having a coach, like networking with the right people, like reading more, you know, certain things all of them say the same things different ways, right? And so I was able to pull out those themes. And so I started to I hired a coach and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a chance. I thought I wanted to have a staffing company. And so I made an investment. It was a $10,000 investment and I walked away from it. It wasn't her fault, my coach, it was me. But the reason why I'm so grateful for that lesson is because it taught me, first of all, that it wasn't about money. I was really deciding on that business. And this was before COVID. You know, they've made a lot of money in that industry now, but this was years ago. And so I realized for me that I had to always stick and stay true to my core values. And my core values was not wrapped around money. It was about the life that I wanted to live, the time that I wanted to spend with the people who mattered the most to me. And so although I walked away from that and that was a $10,000 lesson, it really showed me how, like my qualities. And so when I did that, I sat down and I spent time writing out my core values. And so as a result of that, any decision that I make in my life, I revert back to my core values. And if it's not in alignment with my core values, I don't do it. That's how I keep myself from allowing money to be the guide. That's how I stay ethically and morally in alignment with who I am. And although it's worth 1,000 times that $10,000 in my opinion, because it has kind of cultivated me and grown me into the person that I am today.
That was a great piece of advice. You know, if you guys are looking for a little homework assignment, I would challenge, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to write down my core values. I think that that's a great little life homework assignment.
Yeah, for sure. And when you have your core values, honestly, it makes it so much easier to say yes or no. If it's not in alignment, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Period. I don't care how much money.
Object syndrome, like I do, like, oh, exactly. I want to do this, but I'm already doing these 10 things. I
That's
love
so
it.
true.
Yeah, I think that's what I absolutely need to focus it. And you have to be comfortable with walking away from things that aren't for you.
Exactly.
Being honest.